if I could have the time to share with you some of my more memorable experiences. Some of the great games, such as the Villanova, Georgetown, Seton Hall, Michigan, UNLV, Duke. Those games, it'd be nice if I could share with you the great players that I refereed, the David Thompsons, Michael Jordans, Ralph Sampsons, and our great Hall of Fame coaches who I've interacted with not only in the past 10 years, but prior to that. However, that would take far too much time that we have tonight. I heard 4 of our inductees talk about how lucky they were. Well, how do you go from $3 intramural games at Youngstown State University to 26 NCAA tournament games, 12 Final Fours, 4 championship games? Well, you have to be very fortunate and you have to be very lucky. If you read Dean Smith's book, A Coach's Life, in the first chapter, early in the first chapter, he talks about how lucky he is, among other things, to be the coach, to have been the coach at UNC for 30 years. When Coach Krzyzewski won his 1,000th historic basketball game, one of our sideline reporters ran him down and asked him what his thoughts were on this milestone, this achievement. Without hesitation, Coach K said he was lucky to be part of that college basketball and fortunate to be affiliated with Duke University. When the great Chuck Noll from the Pittsburgh Steelers was inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame, he said how fortunate he was to work for the Rooney family and how lucky he was to have a team of Hall of Fame players. Now, I'm not naive to think I'm in the same conversation with those 3 greats. However, when I look back on not only my basketball career, but in my entire life, I think I'm as fortunate and lucky as anyone. I was raised in a household that valued honesty, integrity, and was told that you treat people exactly how you would want to be treated. When I started my collegiate career, I was fortunate to have a mentor like Hank Nichols, who taught me everything, just about everything I needed to know to be a successful basketball official. For 30 years, I was fortunate enough to work just about every major basketball conference in the country with great officials, officials that worked hard, that were dedicated, that will never have and experience a night like tonight that I'm having. In 2005, when my long basketball career on the floor was coming to an end, Commissioner Swofford gave me the opportunity to lead the officiating program in the ACC, as did Commissioner Yeager from the CAA, who both are here tonight. It allowed me to stay in the game as a teacher, mentor, and supervisor. Which brings me to this time and this special place, the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame. I'm going to be among an incredibly group of distinguished individuals, both past and present, the best of the best. I think I can say I'm not only fortunate, I'm not only lucky, I'm blessed. Before I close, there's some very special people that have to be recognized, some people very dear to me. There's a group of basketball officials out there, close to 40 of them, who work with me and for me, that do a magnificent job for our leagues, night in and night out, and I want you to stand up. There's a table of my golfing friends, my golfing buddies, who have won enough money from me over the last few years to pay for that table. Commissioner Yeager and my dear friend Ron Bertovich is here tonight. They have allowed me to manage the CAA for the past 10 years. My ACC family, especially Commissioner Clougherty, a great leader, advisor, and dear friend. John, I'll never be able to thank you enough. My family down here, my 3 boys, who I cheated out of a lot of quality time. But now that I have 6 grandchildren, we're going to try to make that up. And finally, tonight could never happen without the most important, beautiful woman in my life. My wife of 47 years. She always kept me moving forward. Moving backward was never an option. I love her and I owe her everything. Thank you and good night.